Probably don't want me whistling. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be in this bright, wonderful world we live in. This is the Aloha Hour. I'm starting this really, really late, and I do apologize. But this is what happens when you crawl into bed to take a short nap, and then it's just such a comfortable bed with such a comfortable comforter and pillow, and your wife's laying next to you, and and then I wake up and all the kids are still up, and it's 12:30 in the morning, and oh well, what are you gonna do? Let's get started here. So guys and gals, it is the final 48 hours for the Meg. Hello, Tommy. Welcome to the Aloha Hour. It's the final 48 hours. Boy, I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a good one, because I've got a lot of people to take care of. All right. Sorry. I know this is weird, like me always like looking up and away from this thing, but now I'm running two machines here. And I have my camera here because it makes the background better. But I'm running off of here. So I'm looking up here. I know it's getting distracting. I need perhaps find a better way to do this. But for now, it is what it is. Let's see what is going on in the wild, willy world of Facebook right now. A lot of people grab a lot of stuff from Twitter, but I think you can get a lot more just oddly. Oh shoot! I forgot to check on Chester's email. A lot more interesting stuff comes up on Facebook, oddly enough. Oh, I did just send out, for those who didn't notice yet, a Christmas Comics for Our Troops tier. I was not happy, and it is what it is, but I have not been happy. Megcomic.com. All right, let me share screen here. So you guys know, I was thrilled with the success of the Comics for Our Tiers troop for our troops for Lone Star. Granted, it was only $80, but the troops got like a ton of books. I overprinted. I printed more than we got orders for. So it's not just at cost, it's actually costing me, but that's okay. It's for the troops. And so we're sending 3,000 copies of Lone Star to Arlington, Virginia to get to the USO there to get sent out to our fighting men and women across this great globe we live on. But look, if I scroll down here, the Meg, and granted, maybe I charged too much. I put $120 because you know what? The printing on graphic novels is a lot more expensive. Matt, you want to come in here? It's a lot more expensive, and there are 3 different ones, right? So the number of books, bottom line, they're going to get fewer books. So I had to charge more because I want to get them more books. But apparently $120 was a bit too much for most people because we only got 9 claimed. And I mean, it's great that we're sending anything, but gosh, I really wanted to, maybe not 3,000 like Lone Star, but 1,000? I thought maybe we could get up to 1,000 or something. So I was kind of disappointed, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a last 48-hour push for the troops so that maybe we can get, double this at least, because at 9 claims. I still don't even know what the cost is going to be on these graphic novels. I mean, they're like 144-page books, so it's not gonna be cheap. But I lowered it to $100. I made it the featured item. You still get your 3 signed copies, then as many as we can send to the troops, and you get the PDFs with my blessing to send those PDFs to any service member you know, overseas or otherwise. Anyone you know, please do send it to them. I just want to entertain our troops. And, so this is it. We got 48 hours left. I got to set a print run when this thing shuts down. So I can't, I left Lone Star open till now. And so people could keep picking up the Lone Star for the troops for the longest time. But this, we have to set a print run as soon as the campaign closes. So yeah. Ken Jack Ben says this is bad timing. Bad timing. It's Christmas, man. If you can't support the troops at Christmas, when can you support them, right? Live chat at 3:40 a.m. Sweet. How are you, Mike? I'm good. I'm actually. I will be happy when this campaign is over, but the next 48 hours are going to make some of my hair turn gray. I know it's not. It's not a believable complaint. No. But man, I'd have to reboot my internet first. How much longer will it be on? Dude, I just got on, so I'll be on for an hour. It is, after all, the Aloha Hour. Aloha. Aloha. So let's go through. Let's go through, shall we? Deal, or the Meg, and deal with the devil, and SIXGUN Samurai. That's probably a little slow. Let's speed it up until we get to some art. All right. Let me just read this. Hello, my name is Mike S. Miller. I am a 26-year career 26-year career professional comic book creator. New York Times #1 artist of DC's Injustice series and George R.R. Martin's A Game of Thrones cover arts. I have spent a quarter of a century honing my skills in order to bring you projects that I hope you will love. You can come to get me on, well, you're already on my channel. So what I'm offering here to you today, firstly, is an exclusive premiere edition of Steve Alten's Meg graphic novel adaptation, produced in association with the Bell Brothers Production and Steve Alten, and offered here through Indiegogo. This version of the book will never be available in stores, so if you're a Meghead, you need this book. Once it's gone from Indiegogo, it will never be made available again. The Meg Indiegogo exclusive graphic novel will be a minimum of 144 pages, with pages to be added as the campaign hits higher milestones. Yeah, sorry, that didn't really happen. The exclusive Indiegogo cover inks can be seen here. Colors coming soon. So let's just slow scroll this. You can see this beautiful exclusive cover, which will never be made available again. I know, Berserker Pride, I'm late. I apologize. It is what it is. The retail trade paperback cover art is upcoming after this first shark moves off of the screen. George says, I'm glad I backed your books twice overall, actually, but there's so many campaigns going on right now. If anyone is like me trying to back them all, I guess they'll feel as broke as I am now. I understand. But it is Christmas, and this would be a great blessing to the troops if you could find some way to muster. I knocked, what's that, 20, I don't know what the percentage is. It's like 20% off. So message EVS, it should be his work hour. So yeah, here's some upcoming interior pages from the Meg graphic novel. Artwork all by me. Inks, background inks on a lot of the pages is by Eric Nienoltowski, another friend from our community. And colors by both Jainan Janjanberry and Paria Pilal. Colorists also from Injustice and other professional works. So EVS has never been more awake. Well, he has the link. He has the link. Oops, Dargammit, what did I do? Oh, there we go. All right, slow scrolling, checking it out. We're going downtown. So yeah, this is based off of the novel, not off of the movie. So it is far closer to the novel in adaptation. It is an adaptation, so there were things that had to be cut out because you can't do a word for word, or this thing would have been significantly longer than 144 pages. Oh boy. We still have retailer packs available, cover art, original interior pages, lots of stuff. Does Mike ever go to sleep? Mike was asleep. Mike took a very late nap, so Mike is awake now. And it is, we are in the last 48, actually the last now 47 hours of this here campaign. So I am going to be up shilling some shark comics and some Six-Gun Samurai comics. Six-Gun Samurai's Kung Fu meets the Karate Kid in this classic tale about a boy in search of his father. The teenage Six-Gun Samurai is on his way east to find his father, his last known living relative. But as he travels across the untamed prairie, he finds that dangerous men with dark motives are in pursuit, prepared to kill him, to take his swords for reasons they dare not explain. Six-Gun, also a minimum of 144 pages. Hold on, let me check something real quick. I think I need to grab Matt the link and send it to him somehow. I need to stop sharing for a second. Sorry, let me get on Facebook here, send Matt a link. Matt Cousin. Oh, wait, Matt, you want it through Twitter, huh? Messages. New message. What the heck? Matt, I don't have your Twitter. No, I don't have it on Twitter. I gotta send it through Facebook. New massage. Matt Cousin. Wherever I go, he goes. Matt Cousin. Matt Cousin is the artist of Agenda, still available on Indiegogo. If you guys want to check that out. Anyone else still awake in the neighborhood who might want to come on? Anyways, all right, back to Meg and back to screen sharing. Oh, you guys hated my whistle, huh? All right, so here we are with Deal. Oh no, Six-Gun Samurai. And come on, work. All right. Art by Harold Edge. I think it's colored by David Curiel, if I remember correctly. Lone Star Squadron. Oh, is anyone backing Apollo? Looks good to me, but has very, very few backers. I have not seen Apollo. We're all awake here in Old Blighty. It's almost 9 a.m. here. Oh, Old Blighty, you say. So yeah, here's Six-Gun. You know, it's such a great project, and I really, really wish we could have funded enough to the point where that I could fund the next Six-Gun Samurai. But the way it stands, it doesn't look like that's going to happen unless I keep this project open. I mean, I'm going to leave it open as a store, as an in-demand store, but I have to set the print run when it closes, because we need to get these out. And all these books are done already, so nobody's waiting for these to be finished. So it is going in demand. Thank you, George. Glad you like the artwork. It is by the great Harold Edge, Blue Lines on Instagram. He's got a pretty decent following on Instagram. This is Deal with the Devil. Let me scroll back up real quick for Deal with the Devil so I can pitch it with the official pitch. I wrote Deal with the Devil, artwork by the great Sherwin Schwartzrock from ArmorQuest. Deal with the Devil is the story of retired FBI agent Anthony Goodwin, who receives an unexpected visit from the one that got away, a man known as the Red Letter Killer, who destroyed Agent Goodwin's leg and vanished years before. But things have changed, and Goodwin's worst enemy needs his help to stop a copycat killer who has kidnapped his sister in an attempt to bring the original killer under control. Deal with the Devil is a minimum of 128 pages. And so you can see some of the artwork here. Sherwin has this great graphic Mignola-inspired style that just works so well for the story. And it is the one story, actually not the only story, but it's the story that has gotten farthest along in Hollywood. It's at an A-list production house right now. And it has a screenplay and it has a director attached. We are just waiting for an actor, the appropriate actor, to sign on so that we can take it to studios, and hopefully that will happen sometime in the near future, because that would be fantastic. If you make the print order now, how will you handle the in-demand orders? I mean, do you just print a lot and ship out orders as come? Yeah, so I will make. I'm going to overprint by as much as I feasibly can, because these are trade paperbacks, right? They should have a long shelf life. And then as they are sold through the in-demand store, I will ship them out to order. But once I run out, then I have to make whatever it is that's sold out. Say I sell out of SIXGUN Samurai first. Then I'll just have to take it down from the store and only have tiers available for whatever I have left. I mean, realistically, I'll probably sell out of Meg first. But the in-demand store, essentially, it does simply work as an online store. So there it is. So are you waiting an older gentleman that has been shot to the leg, or is it ready to take the bullet? What? Are you waiting an older gentleman that has been shot to the leg, or... I don't understand the question, Tommy. Are you drunk? Oh, actually, that reminds me. I should go get some wine. Yeah, this is I love this story. And you know what? I just came up with another villain. Need a one-legged actor to get this movie started. Oh. Well, hey, you know, they can just put a green sock on his leg and then you know, CG it a little bit and then just put his clothes on. See, we don't show him without his leg for long in the story. It's just like one scene, and then he puts on his artificial limb. All right, back up to the top. I wish you guys could hear this. Just go and check out the commercial if you haven't seen it already. So you see this shark getting stabbed right in the beginning of this commercial. YouTube won't allow me to pay for advertisements to get this in front of other, you know, like if I wanted to put this in front of Comicstorian or Comics Island or Megalodon videos or anything. I can't use this as an ad because this sword in this cartoon shark, they consider violence against animals. That is how silly YouTube is with this crap. So yeah, I tried to advertise on YouTube, and they wouldn't let me. So I might. Oh, that just popped on here. Let me grab my headphones. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Matt Custom. How's it shaking, buddy?
It's going good.
All right.
Yeah, I like the shark video.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a
Let me
shark.
play it. Let me play it. Even though you can't hear it. Actually, you know what? I can do it on my other. themegcomic.com. What I've been having to do is run it tangentially because the computer I'm using here doesn't have audio, so I have to like click at the same time. Oh gosh, it's not even playing because it's muted.
It's what?
All right, I get it. Hold on. Sorry, Matt. It's gonna get louder. Actually, I can mute it for us.
I can hear it.
All right. On a 3 and a 2 and a 3, 2, 1, go.
Sharks, swords, serial killers. What do they have in common?
Nothing.
Wrong. Mike S. Miller, that's what.
Who?
I said what? Wait, who? Who is Mike S. Miller?
PewDiePie has not approved this
Okay.
message.
Artist of New York Times bestselling series Injustice from DC Comics and cover artist of Game of Thrones. That's who.
What?
Beat it, kid. You bothered me. Where was I? Oh, right. Sharks, swords, serial killers. That's what you'll find in one awesome campaign from Mike S. Miller on Indiegogo. 3 huge graphic novels, 1 low price. Meg, a prehistoric shark the size of a whale, rises from the deepest, darkest trench in the ocean and wreaks havoc on the world. Based on the New York Times bestselling novel by Steve Alton. SIXGUN Samurai. A boy trained as both a sharpshooter and samurai in search of his long-lost father, but trailed by men who will stop at nothing to steal his precious samurai swords. Deal with the devil. An FBI manhunter caught in a trap by a serial killer, only to be left alive, but crippled and ashamed. Years go by and the killer returns, only to ask for help to save an innocent girl's life. 3 books with over 400 pages of action, intrigue, and intensity, all for
And alliteration.
1 low price. 3 books. Click that link now.
No. There's a link right there, although you're already on the page. So, all right.
I like it.
Thank you. So why don't we take a quick little look over here at agenda.
Only got 11 days, right? Is it 10?
11 days. You have 11 days left on agenda. Matt, hold on. Let me do this here too. And we can, should I play the video? Is it a good video?
I think so. James talks not as entertaining maybe as yours.
Well, you know, I'm trying to be campy. And I think I succeeded. All right, I will play this. I'm going to hit play on this, and I'm going to go grab my wine. So if it finishes before I get back, then entertain the troops.
I will.
Okay.
No problem.
Three, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is James Hudner. I'm an award-winning comics writer of over 30 years, and I'm doing a new project with artist Matt Cosson and his talented brother, colorist Mikey Cosson. The book is called Agenda. What if 6 people came into the world who had the power to change it, but 2 of them were out to stop the other 4? They don't know each other. They come from different parts of the world. They have different agendas. They will come into conflict eventually. More importantly, how might this affect everyone else? We've seen comics that claim to be about superheroes in the real world, but this is not one of them. This is my take. And this is not necessarily about heroes. This is about people with their own agenda, trying to doggedly pursue the change in the world that they seek. And in doing so, how does that ripple out and affect everyone else? In the course of the story, it will be up to the reader to decide who they like and who they don't, who's the hero, who's the villain. Because it's going to be a lot more nuanced than your normal comic book. It won't be so black and white.
Holy crap, this is 4.5 minutes long.
Interesting, because I'm going to challenge a lot of orthodoxies that are rarely challenged in our
Really?
society.
I
This
didn't know
comic
that
is
long.
sort of a reaction to
Dang,
the
James,
trend
come on, man.
currently in our culture. That it views that
You got to get in, deliver your message, get out.
This is the opposite of that. This is a countercultural argument in a story form, and hopefully a very entertaining one, because I'm not a polemicist. I'm not here to preach. I'm here to show how the world looks through my eyes. This is a story that has a very clear personality.
Well, we're halfway
a very
there.
Clear agenda, which is why I called it that. And I hope that you'll be part of this, because I think it's a very exciting concept. Agenda is designed to be 48-page stories sold quarterly. So 4 issues a year. In the first issue, we're doing an Indiegogo campaign. We already have about 1/5 of the story complete. We need help to get the rest of it done, and your help will be greatly appreciated.
How far are you now?
So that's why I'm putting this video together. Okay, so let me explain how this
closer.
all came to me.
Still got a little
I
ways
was
to go.
in the hospital
Been home
4
some
years
late
ago.
nights.
I had lost my right leg, and while I was there, I amused myself by creating.
James doesn't know when to stop. It's like he has these sections that are finished, and he's all, okay, now let me tell you this new story.
But to be honest, I'm unsatisfied with the way other people have done that. But that's okay. That's their take on it. I have my own take. My own take is that if I had superpowers, let's say, and I could actually make change in the world, then what would I do? What are the real things that I would focus on?
So, guys, you can tell James is a writer because he just keeps writing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, he's a writer. So he's a narrator. Definitely a writer.
Yeah. And, you know, he's a veteran, and he's a good writer. So this is going to be a well-written book. Obviously, you can tell the art. Matt is doing a bang-up job. So please do, if you have not already, check this out. Actually, we're going to check it out right now. So,
that might actually be interesting.
but yeah, support it if you possibly
can. And that was
can.
my starting point. The rest was developing out these characters. It's a fun story so far. I'm really enjoying it. To be an interesting take once I had this basic premise set up. So I've been giving all of this a lot of thought over the last 3 years.
2016, dude, you've been working on this for a while.
About, and I want to share it with you. So that's why I'm asking you to help us get this going. What you've seen is a preview, and we are going to be launching an Indiegogo campaign shortly. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Hopefully you'll join us in the campaign and help make this happen. I don't think you'll be disappointed. This is a project that's been close to my heart for a while, and we're all excited about it. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope
he sounds excited about it.
Indiegogo.
James, you're too funny, man.
Yeah, it's funny because we came together. We met like a few years ago, and we were always going to work on something. And he brought this to me, but it was like I was working on other stuff at the same time, so it took a while to kind of. We were doing bits and pieces of design and stuff, and he was sending me a couple pages here and there, and then finally we're just like, we got to get cranking this out. So I find, because I was working on Time Cheat, a comic book that I did with a couple of other writers from IDW. There were actually, one of them was an editor from IDW, and he started writing his own book.
Who that?
It was Carlos Guzman. He worked on different books, editor, like for I think he did G.I. Joe. I don't know if he did Transformers. I think he did Ninja Turtles as well.
I know that name. I wonder if I know him.
But yeah, he's San Diego local, obviously. I mean, but yeah, I met him because it's funny, I met him because I was sending some stuff samples to IDW, and he's in charge of looking at all the new art coming in. And so he's like, I got a book I'm working on. I'm like, sounded cool. So we did 2 books, and we just did a Kickstarter, which got funded. That was like towards a few months ago. And so, but now we got this one, and we have only like a little over a week, and we got 83% funded, I believe, right now. And yeah, we're getting closer. It's funny. Sometimes the campaigns, people tell me that there's like a strategic timing on this, where the beginning of the campaign starts off fast and then slows down in the middle, and then towards the end people start realizing it's going to close, so they start
like
jumping on.
the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
And which it
That's
is
right.
for me. This is the last 48 hours for the
Yeah.
Meg. Looks
And
like I just got another contributor, Matthew
Cool.
Braun. Thank you for grabbing the Meg graphic novel signed. I appreciate it. Someone in my Meg support asks me, Mr. Miller, I need to know right now if you're going to continue associating Lone Star with that business going on in France, of which I suspect you have not done due diligence. Well, from what I understand, and I've watched several hours of reportage from multiple sources, by the way, not just one ideological source. It's 85% of the people in France are standing against Macron and Macron's government, and even a lot of the cops are standing with the protesters. So if you have some information, Mike Schneider, that I don't have, that should lead me away from supporting 85% of the French people, then do let me know. I don't want to be wrong about this. But until I am convinced otherwise, yes, I will stand with the yellow vests. Not the psycho anarchists within the yellow vests, because you know, there's some Antifa nuts in there too.
They're taking advantage of the protests, and they just jump in just to do any damage they can. They just want it.
Yeah. Those aren't, no, I don't support those people. But you know what? Yeah. When you have 85% support of something, you're going to get people from every walk, right? The only people who aren't supporting them are the hard socialists who support Macron.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. But if you know something that only 15% of the French people know, and the other 85 are oblivious to, please let me know. I never want to be wrong. I'd rather be well-informed and right than hold on to some political ideology because I'm stubborn.
No, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, I want to be right. Yeah. Not that I have to be right. I just want to know what is right so I can adjust my thinking or stance.
Yeah, who wants to be wrong?
Yeah.
Right? Who wants to be so stubborn about their opinion that they're willing to be wrong just so they don't have to admit that they were wrong?
I've met a few.
I know. You can't exist on social media and not have that be the case at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Darn it, I seem to have lost the chat. Where did I put my chat box? Oh, where did my little chat go? Oh, there it is. Let me pop it out so I can see people. All right, starting at the bottom. Will you do a Brexit Lone Star if we get our independence, Mike? Oh, yeah, that'd be rad. Absolutely, Pete Mac. You make it happen. I'll do a Brexit Lone Star. Of course, he won't have a yellow vest on. He'd have to have something else. Maybe just toting the Union Jack. I mean, he is an American hero, but he is a hero for righteousness and truth. So and freedom. Maybe I'll paint half of his face like
Braveheart.
Rebel Leaf says, I don't think it's true, but has anyone else heard when Marvel's lease is up, they're having Kevin Feige, I forget his name, Feige, underling taking over Marvel with IDW at Disney's request. Disney wants to Feigify it. That word really could have come out wrong. I don't know, Rebel Leaf. I have not heard. I have heard rumors, but rumors are just rumors until they, until they're true. Brave lone heart star. Brave lone heart star. Tommy Sarkinen says, "Liberté, égalité, fraternité."
Oh, got some French in here, huh?
It's not just France. Yeah. You don't know, man. It could be a revolution across Europe. Oh, man, did you hear about the shooting in France today?
Oh, no.
Yeah, there was a terrorist shooting at a Christmas, I don't know if it's a park or a store, like, where people buy Christmas trees and kind of stuff. And we don't want to jump to conclusions, say, and it's Muslims.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They knew who the guy was, but they wouldn't release the name for hours, and so you knew because they weren't releasing the name.
Yeah.
It was Muslims, and so it was a Muslim guy who was under their terror watch list, and so they knew exactly who it was at a Christmas market. Oh,
taking
so
advantage
bad.
of the chaos.
Well. No, I think that's just hate. That's hatred of Christianity.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I was having this. This was a topic on my cross examinations this morning about how spoiled we are here, but I said and in the West. But that's the thing is that this terrorism, it's bleeding into our world, right? Because of how many Muslims have entered, especially into Europe, because it's right next to the Middle East.
Yeah.
But I was saying how Christian persecution in America is like, oh, someone's trying to get me, banned from Twitter, or someone's trying to get me to lose my job, which I don't poo-poo that. I have been a victim of persecution. But
yeah,
dude, you go to the Middle East, you go to China, you go to Africa, Christians are imprisoned, Christians are beheaded, they're burned alive. Obviously, in France, they're shot in terrorist activity. We are so spoiled.
Difference. Yeah. I mean, man, they're shedding blood for their faith, and it's take it to another level. Like you said, we're kind of getting comfortable, and I mean, we get people making fun of us make fun of Christians on Saturday Night Live or whatever, but it's like a big deal. I mean,
yeah, and we've got thick enough skin. We can take the slings and arrows, but boy, it's like you see some of this video and photographs from those other parts of the world, and your heart just melts in your chest. It's so painful to see that these people are going under a legitimate, not just persecution, a tribulation. They're going through a tribulation, the likes of which have only been described, biblically. And it's...
Yeah, I mean, people literally losing their heads. I mean, being killed by, not just shot, but with knives. I mean, beheaded with knives and stuff like that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's like, I can't even... There was even people who had posted videos. Of course, I never watched anything like that because, I mean, I made a mistake of seeing one video, not of that, but of some beheading with a sword, and I was just like, man, that just kind of... I was left in shock. I was like, that just happened? It's like, it seems like a movie thing until you see it's really happening, because it just doesn't touch us here, really, thankfully, how we've been protected.
The most heartbreaking, and it's one thing when it happens to an adult, but the most heartbreaking image I have seen in this regard was a father holding the beheaded body of his daughter, and she was probably 4 or 5 years old. Wow, this is really bringing the stream down for a pitch set. Buy Meg today.
But no, I mean, that's definitely something. There's so much things going on, and today we're in our society, we're being offended by like a song. Maybe it's cold outside. Or, it shows you how good we have it. I mean,
Who drew the super pig on the yellow paper? What's the story there? Oh, You're talking about Pighead Man. That was Micah. My second youngest drew that. Oh, darn it. I forgot. I still have to ship out Horsehead Man. We had an auction for Horsehead Man. Somebody won it in the chat and then PayPal'd me the money. Oh, no. I think maybe just super. I don't remember. If you won Horsehead Man, remind me where to send it to. I have it packed in a tube. I just don't know where to send it to. But yeah, after Horsehead Man sold, Micah drew Pighead Man.
Pighead Man.
Yeah.
So are all your kids artists too?
No, I made them all draw. Like I kind of forced them to draw because otherwise they just play video games all day.
Yeah, that's smart.
So they might. My oldest doesn't draw anymore, but he's very creative. He's the one that edits all my videos. He's making he's making a rap video right now about me and John Malin. So
That's
Eden,
cool.
yeah, Eden is the one who stuck with it the most. She is a very talented artist, as Pete Mack says. She's actually quite a capable painter.
Cool.
And then Isaac, out of the younger ones, Isaac probably likes to draw the most. Micah will draw when I make him. But you know, not everybody's going to have a love of right. It's the same thing. We teach everybody how to read, but not everybody has a love of reading, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the good thing about being an artist and having artists in the family, you got another extra set of hands, or one hand if they're not ambidextrous, to help you out, right? You can color.
Not thus far. Yeah.
Yeah, not yet, but you will be, right? Train them.
Tommy Sarkinen says, those ladies on the back, is that Wonder Woman yours? They're all mine. Those are all mine. These cloth banners here, I used to put these up on top of my 13-foot display, so my display was like 20...
55 feet high.
20... It was like 24 feet high.
Gee.
No. 13, no, that's not all right. It was like 13 minus 2 plus... it was like 17, 18 feet high. So
yeah, it was
I created these brackets whereby I could take these extra extender poles and it was all rigged and done with that, you know, like zip ties and dowels and all this stuff. And then I had these extension poles from an older stand I had, and they went up an additional 6 feet up into the air, and then I draped those. So yeah, you could see me from anywhere in the con. It was great. And then the Wonder Woman one was the backdrop for my Tokyo convention display.
So what are you doing for your Comic-Con display still? Like the new display? Because last year was the big one, right? Really tall.
I've still been using that one. But I'm probably gonna change it up if I do cons next year. Oh, my back.
Yeah, the Tokyo one looked cool. How you had it. It was like those giant, looked like a wall behind you.
Yeah, but it was a very small area. So, and I measured it wrong. Gosh, why does I have like heartburn right now? I measured it wrong because they gave me centimeters, and whatever I used to convert from centimeters to inches was wrong. So it was actually a lot bigger than the area I was supposed to have.
Oh, that's right. The U.S. is the only one that uses inches, right?
Yeah, I think England does too.
Oh, they do. Oh,
I think. Pete Mack says, if Mike was God, we would live in a world of hotties.
that's a good one.
I live in San Diego. We already live in a world of hotties.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just reality here.
They just don't know.
Yeah. People don't understand what San Diego's like until they come here.
Yeah.
You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a hot chick in this town.
Yeah, you almost get used to it.
Right? Sorry, schmucks on my mouse. That's my son. Oh,
So,
what I do?
uh,
Oh, there we
no
go.
spill.
All right.
You spill.
I don't think so. Let's see here.
You don't want to spill that stuff.
So that used to be Dallas. Mike wins life. Matt lives in San Diego too. So yeah, how far are you from me, man? I'm in Spring Valley.
Oh, Spring Valley. Man, I don't even know how far Spring Valley is from me. How far
You're
is it
over
from?
in like University Heights area.
Yeah, I'm close to there. But like, yeah, how far is that then?
What's a drive? Probably. Well, it depends how far off the highway you are. How far off the 94 are you?
Maybe a couple miles, maybe the most. Not too far.
Like minutes wise. We don't
Oh.
talk miles in San Diego. You talk
Yeah,
minutes.
that's right. That's right.
That's a weird
Yeah.
thing. I didn't realize that was not normal for the rest of the country, but people say like Californians talk in minutes when they travel.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
because you could drive 2 miles and it'd take you 20 minutes sometimes in traffic.
yeah, whereby if there's no traffic, I'm like 12 minutes from downtown. But that's because if there's no traffic, we're driving 85 miles an hour.
85. Oh, okay. You're one of those guys that zips by me on the highway.
Dude, that's like the speed of traffic when
Yeah, I know it is now.
right?
Yeah, because I've been living here for like, man, I don't know, since 2010, and I noticed the speed has increased.
Yeah.
I'm the granny on the highway now.
Yeah. Okay, so at the speed limit, I'm like 15 minutes from downtown, but at traffic, I'm like 12 minutes from downtown.
Okay, see, that's not too bad because I'm about 8 minutes from downtown, so I'm a closer. You can actually, from where I live, you can actually see the top of the buildings, like, but it's in the distance, you know. I mean,
Right. From where I live, I can get on the 94 in about. I mean, if there's no lights and no traffic, like I could get on the 94 in about a minute.
Oh, wow, that's good.
So from the 94 to University Heights or University City, probably 10 minutes.
So obviously you're more east.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because 10 minutes the other way, I'd be in the ocean.
Yeah. You need a submarine. No, yeah. As funny as when we first moved here, I didn't know anything about the area, so I was trying to figure out areas, and now I have a better idea of where I would like to be, and of course the prices out here, you take a little getting used to. But
yeah.
But that's just was it? My dad says the sunshine tax.
Yeah, that's what I call it, the weather tax. I pay the weather tax willfully. Unfortunately, this state is getting so freaking bananas left wing. I don't know if we can stay here forever.
Yeah, isn't San Diego like better though than like maybe?
But we're still under the government of California.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I know people don't care, but paying for your plastic bags at the grocery store is just the dumbest thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's fascism. It is fascism. Nobody thinks of it as fascism, but it's freaking fascism.
Yeah, every store every store clerk, they got an earful of them. My dad was getting groceries for about a couple months.
Oh yeah, I had one clerk that was pissed off at me because I went into the back of the store just out of principle and I grabbed the freaking the produce bags to use.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think of that. That's smart. Those are a nickel.
But I did a little informal survey and I went to a couple of different grocery stores and I said, so since this bag thing has passed, what percentage of people still get bags? Right? And they're like 70 to 80% of people still get bags. The bags they have now contain 10 times as much plastic as the bags they had before. Right?
Yeah.
So 70, 80% of the people are still buying and thus still throwing away plastic bags. But now there's 10 times more plastic
Yeah,
going
exactly.
into the freaking landfills than there was with the thinner, cheaper, free bags. So congratulations, environmentalists. You've screwed us with your stupidity.
Yeah. I pointed the same thing out. I'm like, these bags are worse.
Yeah.
I mean, man, they're heavy duty, man. They're like double heavy duty, like Glad bags or something.
They are thick, man. And
Yeah.
when I say 10 times as much plastic, I'm probably being conservative.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually use these bags though for like, I actually have a bunch of them in the trunk of my car, and I recycle. I use them whenever I go grocery shopping, so I don't have to buy anymore. They're so heavy duty, you can just keep using them over and over.
I use the old ones, and most everyone I ever knew used the old ones to bag freaking dirty diapers.
Yeah, yeah. I use cat litter for cat litter.
Yeah, and for cat litter, right?
Yeah.
And now I use these 10 times heavier. Dude, I've got a kid. He's special needs. He's been in diapers for 9 years. He's Thanks, environmentalists.
Yeah,
You
yeah, I
freaking
know.
suck.
No, I know that that's the same thing. We used to use those bags for trash cans, like in the bathroom too. You know,
Yeah.
this little. You know what? It's funny. You can go online and buy on Amazon. You can buy like a big giant box, like 1,000 of those
Oh,
little bags.
I'd considered it. I'd considered
Yeah,
it.
I had someone send me a link. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know anybody who voted for that tax though, because we all were supposed to vote on it, and they're like, I never did. And I'm like, I think they just scammed people and just passed it.
No,
They
that's the
wanted it.
funniest thing about that tax. Okay, so for those who don't live in California, we had two what do you call it when it's on the ballot? Measures. We had two measures,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to work in accord with one another. The first one was California forcing all of the stores to only be able to sell grocery bags, right? They could no longer give away grocery bags. And then there was another measure that said the sale of those grocery bags is to fund some stupid environmentalist agenda, right? So the money that we were supposed to be spending on the grocery bags was then supposed to go to fund this keep the environment clean agenda thing. The grocery bags fascist tax passed, and the environmentalist thing didn't pass. So now you're just you just ended up with grocery stores being forced to sell bags to, you know, the free bags used to be a service offered by almost every outlet out there.
Yeah.
Right? Almost every outlet out there. Not all of them. But that's freedom. That's the free market. If you want to offer this service to your customers, you may. If you want to charge them for bags, you may. But no, the government came in and told private industry what they had to do to service that. Felix is asking, how is that fascist, Mike? Government control of private industry is the key component to fascism. It's not racism. It's not all this other bullcrap the left wants you to say. That is the key component to fascism. Government control over media, government control over private industry. So when you have the government coming in and telling a private company that they are not allowed to offer a free service to a paying customer, that is a fascist tactic. It is a one small incremental step into fascism. By definition.
They're telling it what a business can and can't do as far as giving out bags. I mean that's crazy. It's like you have to rent grocery carts, probably the next step, right?
Right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh man. Yeah. It's just annoying, man.
We probably should say that out loud. They might give them an idea to do that.
That's a brilliant idea.
We didn't even think of that.
It'll just be just like at the airport.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
You have to pay $5 to get a walk around the grocery store.
Oh, man.
Pete Max says, Mike, check this. There is a bacteria which will eat plastic. All the plastic in the world could be digested away. Pete Mac, I know. There was a student. I watched a video, I think, in 1999 or 2000. This student discovered. He's like, and it was literally a high school student, and he's like, there's got to be some bacteria out there that eats plastic. And so he did the research, and he did whatever, and he figured out what bacteria ate plastic, and he I forget what the word is. It's not farmed. He developed this bacteria, and then he applied it to plastic, and it ate the freaking plastic. And
That's
this
scary.
was like I said, this is 18, 19 years ago, and I'm like, I was thinking back then, I was like, this will never be a thing. I'm like, the environmentalists, the powers that be, won't allow us to remove the big plastic boogeyman from the agenda, right?
Yeah.
And it's 18 years later, nobody knows about it still.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Where did you see that again? It was from you said a
I don't
student.
know, it was like freaking 18 years ago. It was on YouTube. I don't even remember.
That's scary though. It could eat plastic. Man,
Yeah.
don't you think that could actually? I don't know. It just kind of freaks me out hearing that.
Well, no, you just you take that. And you know what? It's not just that. There is a process by which you can take plastics, superheat them in a. It's like a furnace, but you're not burning it. You're basically boiling the plastic, like in a superheated condensed environment. It breaks back down into oil.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
you can convert plastic back into oil, gasoline, kerosene, diesel, and then you can extract all that back out to be burnable fuels, natural gas. And this is something I saw years and years ago, and I'm like, this will never take this. They'll never allow this either, and it is not. In fact, there was this junkyard who had, maybe junkyard's the wrong word, but they were doing this with all their plastics, and they would take the natural gas out of it to fuel the boiling. So it was creating the gas it needed to run itself. So it was nothing but a net positive, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And somehow or another they shut that down. But then there was this Japanese dude, and I saw a video. He had created a countertop version of this same concept, and so he would take his plastic waste and he would put it in this little thing, slap the lid on it, burn it, and it would create oil, and he would use the oil for fuel.
Oh,
and
cool.
it was like, and nothing. They want plastic to be their boogeyman.
Yeah.
Right? The environmentalists love plastic. It is through plastic they can enforce their fascist agenda.
It's the same thing with gasoline too. I mean, they already talked about alternatives. I saw the guy, he could run an engine without water or something like that, right?
Oh yeah, Stanley Meyer created a water fuel car in the 1970s, and he was murdered for it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, jeez. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of guys who make up these inventions, and it's like it could change everything, and that's the thing. It's going to change it, and that's going to lose out on billions of dollars. And yeah,
dude, just a few years ago, there was a water car designed, built, manufactured in Japan. It was even featured on Reuters. And every time one of these cars makes an appearance in the world, the creators are either like discredited, or they're bought out, or they somehow manage to go bankrupt because what? Nobody wants water cars or magnetic drive engines.
Yeah.
Any free fuel technology is come down on by the powers that be, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, Reuters, dude. Reuters did an article on, did a video on. You know what? Let me find it. I think people would be super interested in, and I'm sorry it won't have sound, but Reuters,
that's the same thing with like medical industry with cancer treatment and all that. I mean, I believe they got stuff that they don't need chemo, but chemo's, such a huge seller.
Definitely, dude. Wanabana. Have you heard of Wanabana?
No.
It's called soursop. Dude, it's like 10,000 times more potent than chemotherapy. You never hear about it.
And it doesn't kill your cells. It doesn't.
No, it's a fruit. It's natural.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I can't take it because it hurts my stomach. But okay, so guys, watch. No, that's hydrogen cars. Look at this. This is a Reuters report. So this car is 100% run on water. Any water. It could be green tea. It could be urine. It could be freaking Coca-Cola. As long as there's H2O in it, you can run it on water. Guanabana is very popular in Puerto Rico. Yeah. Is there a lot of cancer in Puerto Rico? Yeah, so they pour any water into this tank. And the interesting is this it's run through a process, I forget what it's called, but you run electricity through water, and it separates the molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, the two most explosive gases, right? And it's called hydroxy gas. And so you can burn it, and then when you burn it, the process of burning hydroxy converts it back into water vapor.
Oh man.
Yeah, electrolysis.
That is so cool.
Electrolysis.
Yeah.
And yeah, this video, dude, is super old.
Yeah, I remember seeing something similar. Yeah, years ago.
This company went out of business.
Of course. Yeah, they said these giant corporations buy the rights to it, and then they just bury it.
Right, exactly. Water torch. Check this out. So I don't know if this is the right video. This is the exact same process, right? Where you're using hydroxy gas and you're converting it into a burnable fuel. This torch is burning water.
Wow.
Right? And that water dripping down there, that's the runoff, I think. This isn't the same video I watched before, but let's see. Yeah, it gets super hot, super fast. And see what's happening? After it burns, it becomes water again.
Wow.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it's condensation.
The condensation. Yeah. The condensation is literally coming from the flame.
Wow. Man.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
But it burns super freaking hot because it's, like I said, it's hydrogen and oxygen.
Fire from water.
Yeah. I mean, it's like oxyacetylene, right? You use the acetylene. Oxyacetylene torches are industry standard. You use the acetylene as the flame agent and the oxygen to feed the flame. So everyone knows that hydrogen is explosive, like the most powerful explosive gas we know. So powerful they generally tend to avoid it, avoid using it because they don't know how to store it safely. But if you could store it as water and then just use electrolysis to divide the water from the water.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You don't have to worry about tanks exploding.
Look, no, Marvel at that. He's holding the tip of this torch. It's only hot when it comes out and combusts.
Wow, man, that is awesome.
So the only thing that would come out of cars would be steam. Exactly, Pete Mac. Exactly.
So it'll be steampunk for real.
Yeah. So
that is cool. But that's the thing is these companies, they don't want to lose money. They don't care about the environment and all that. There's excuses they use.
No. It's all political. It's all freaking political crap. I hate it. Hey, hold on a second. What?
Who is that?
Who was what?
Who's on the
On where?
on your screen with you?
Oh, Matt Cosson. Oh yeah. For those who don't know, this is Matt Cosson on the stream with me. He's the artist of Agenda on the Indiegogos. Please do check it out if you have the desire to see an awesome comic book.
Thanks.
Let's see what the comments were on this. Thanks for pronouncing Reuters correctly. I said Reuters for the longest time and felt like an idiot. And then they have the gall to implement carbon taxes, which is even more of a robbery than normal tax. Yeah. And you know, I'm sure the oil companies and the car companies, and you know, I'm a huge fan of private industry, but there has to be some collusion here with governments and bureaucracies that are keeping this kind of technology away from the mainstream. I mean, like I said, dude, the Stanley Meyer hydroxy run car, run 100% off of water, that was built and patented in the 70s.
Yeah. See, I mean, it's like basically what we're seeing that type of stuff even like now with like the Google right there. You know, these guys are getting money from Google, these politicians. So they're bringing them, you know, before the Senate, and then they're playing this, you know, theater for the populace. But they're all like, they're all in bed together, you know, getting money and giving each other. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, these guys though, man, it's scary though when you think about it. I mean, either like you said, they get bought out or they die mysteriously, right?
Yeah, there's another dude. There's all these magnetic drives, and it's all free energy. You know, tested, proven. People don't want to believe in it, but like
Tesla stuff.
No. This is legit magnetic drive. Hold on a second. Sketch Therapy asked me if I'm drinking wine with ice. I am drinking wine with ice. I don't know why. I love. So what I do is I take a Pinot Noir and I take a port and I mix them together and I put them over ice, and it's just the most wonderful. So, the Bible says mix a little water with your wine for your stomach, and I have a stomach ailment right now, so there it is. Well, let me see if I can find this magnetic car. Actually, I'm just magnetic motors.
Censored.
Huh?
Censored.
Censored what?
Censored.
Is this a good one? Well, this is just one. These are, this is probably not the best video. You know, hold on a second. Magnetic motor, what was it called? Free electricity. I know it's free electricity. I'm just looking for the one where they had all the different engineers. At the presentation. Engineer presentation, what is it?
Is it American engineers or Japanese?
This is in Asia.
Hey, John.
Okay, this is going to be a very boring version. And butt crack. All right, let me see. There are so many of these videos. That's why it's hard to find the one I actually want to show. And Google Chrome is not responding. It looks like Google doesn't want me showing this. So you can hear it, but nobody online can hear it. Oop, there's some Jap crack. Oh no, he's white.
That man got arrested for carrying crack.
So this is a free energy motor, all run on neodymium neodymium magnets, which are the world's most powerful magnets.
Wow.
Let me see if it's running. Okay, he's got it running now. So that is running and powering this generator here. This is filled with cylinders of neodymium magnets aligned in such a way. And see, he just unplugged it to show that it's running without power. And so this is powering the generator obviously powering whatever. So now he's using it as an outlet.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
you don't see it here, but look, this is a room full of Japanese engineers. And then I think he's going to light up this whole wall of lights. Oh, there we go.
And how old is this?
2016. But this technology is hella old. They're just having the hardest time getting people. Like there was a company in Australia that built these for home use because you could, like, a unit smaller than this, dude. The unit the size of like probably 3 feet tall by 1.5 feet wide. They were making these things. It could power all of the energy for your home.
Jeez.
Right?
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
yeah. And somehow or another, this company got taken out.
So I'm assuming they got bought out by.
How to make a magnetic motor that does not work. Yeah, it's annoying as hell, man.
Yeah, you think the media would be sounding the alarm, right?
Yeah. It is what it is. I don't know. Magnets are this amazing things to me because, you know, people say there's no such thing as free electricity or free power or whatever, but magnets push each other, right?
Yeah.
Let me look inside
There's
that somewhere. Going a bit tinfoil hat now. All right, let me find one that is so find one that's magnet. All you have to see is that well, let me see if this. Oops. Let me see if this one works. Because all you need is principle, right? Proof of principle.
Yeah.
And then when you have proof of principle, all right. I'm going to show you guys who are claiming tinfoil hat how simple it actually is.
You could just have a motor underneath the table.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I'll double check, but I think they show from nuts to bolts here. So here we have not a generator. This has no power source, so it can't be a rotor. So let's skip forward. He's gluing that. He's showing this step by step, right? Gluing a freaking CD. How incredibly basic and simple it is for proof of concept. Gluing neodymium magnets along the edges at a specified distance and whatnot. Because yeah, that's what happens. You put a magnet by a magnet, it pushes the other magnet away or it pulls it closer to it, right? It's the most basic science. Putting these pieces together. And then let's see what happens. All right, let's just play that from here. My son and I tried to make one of these out of literally cardboard and duct tape and neodymium magnets, and it almost worked. We didn't even have something as precise as a CD.
Wow.
Look, that is just running. That's just running on its own. I don't want to say power. It's
It kind of, in a way, it is.
in a way what?
In a way, it is.
What, running on its own power?
I think
See that?
magnetism could be treated as a.
Yeah, magnetism is a source of power. It's one we don't all understand.
It's like radio.
And look, it's creating enough electricity to light an LED. That right there is proof of concept. It's free energy.
Cool.
Wear your own damn tinfoil hats. This crap is real.
That's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, there's
Nice.
even simpler ones. The overbalanced wheel. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can put overbalance.
Magnets lose charge over like centuries.
Yeah. Yeah, neodymium magnets especially, they have their centuries, man. Overbalance wheel bicycle. Overbalance wheel bicycle thing is the funniest thing because this look at it's just somebody strapping a bunch of these things to a bicycle wheel, right?
Yeah.
And it's nice because the spokes show you exactly how far everything should be balanced and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just tilt it. And there you have free motion, perpetual motion.
Huh. Wow. Because the liquid just keeps shifting and
Yep.
the force pushes it down and it just keeps going. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and the overbalanced wheel was designed centuries ago. Of course, now it's easier to build because we have bicycle tires, bicycle rims,
Yeah.
Coke bottles.
Oh, that's cool.
But just the proof of concept of how simply someone can do this in their freaking garage or in their kitchen.
Yeah.
And the proof of concept is ignored by, the people who are making all the money off of oil and natural gas and whatever.
Yeah, it's funny. I watched a video where they show this guy made batteries out of copper pennies, cardboard, and like he soaked it in was it vinegar, and just put the copper pennies in cardboard in between, and then he could
Yeah,
power
that's a
it.
battery.
Yeah, I was just like, man, that was cool.
A lemon is a battery.
Yeah, I would remember I'd see these like potato clocks and all that type of stuff. I'm like, what? Lemons? Yeah. I never did those experiments like science projects as a kid. I was always interested in them, but I mean, I'd read books about them, but I don't know why I never did. But yeah, the concept, like you said, it's a concept that you can build off of, and the magnets is basically the same thing, right? It's the
Right. So this guy was challenged because he didn't leave it up running long enough, so he let it run for 5 minutes. So it's just that same image. That's 5 minutes. Time to show you the flashlight. The flashlight. What?
The flashlight.
This is a crank flashlight that I will use to turn the perpetual motion machine into a generator. Oh. Subscribe to see me turn the machine. All right. Anyways, I don't need to go down that rabbit trail all night long. But yeah, it drives me nuts.
Yeah. I mean, we got enough proof to know that there's, yeah. I mean, I don't want to go around. That's a different subject. But yeah. the whole Tesla thing and everything. I don't know the full story on that or the argument with the Tesla energy creator and all that.
Yeah, that actually scares me because they've also done studies that before cities were electrified, there was like essentially no cancer.
Oh,
And then when cities started getting electrified, I mean, we are machines that run on electricity. So, it's right here. This might not be the safest thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, was it because like those G5 towers? They're talking about how dangerous the G4 is, and then G5 is even more deadly, harmful to humans.
Yeah, I don't know, but what I know is that the Tesla tower was designed to transmit electricity through the air, and I'm not sure how great that would be on the human body.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing is like it has an effect. One guy, I watched a video and he was talking a few videos and they're talking about the G5 and one guy, he's a physicist too, and he says he said he's not using once it goes to G5, he's not using that stuff. So I'm like, yeah, and the same thing with the smart meters, the smart meters on homes and stuff, the energy. But there's a guy, I can't remember what the equipment he used to read the energy output, and he said, yeah, it's dangerous for the human body. Like you said, we're electrical based beings.
Yeah, we're machines. We run on electricity.
I mean, it's funny. People laugh because like in my family, I would like touch somebody and shock. I mean, how you rub your feet on the carpet and you can shock somebody. But I would actually, as a kid, I would stand in front of the TV and it would block the signal. Like the signal would go, you get all fuzzy, and they're like, "What is wrong with you, man? You're like some
you're a superhero."
And I would always get shocked. No one else gets shocked, and I could shock touch and stuff. And I'm like, man, what is going on?
You're electro.
Yeah. How do I use these powers for good?
Nigel, what are you doing? You look like a creeper.
What's that? What's he got in the bowl there?
Salad. A giant bowl of salad.
That is huge.
Yeah. It was salad for everybody, but he just ate the whole bowl himself.
Really?
Boy loves salad.
Yeah, I eat salad all the time. Good stuff.
Headrock says, it's not a factor of electricity, it's a factor of longevity. We used to die of a variety of other things. Younger than cancer would take effect. Also, we're polluting the atmosphere with carcinogens. No. This study was that the people in the rural areas that and the cities that were not yet electrified were not developing cancer. The people in the cities that were being electrified were developing cancer. So it's not the age we live in or the technology or all that other stuff. I mean, granted, correlation does not equate causation, so who knows? But it was the study was pretty consistent that, when cities started being electrified, and granted, that does bring a lot of other things into the city, right? Hell, it brings refrigeration, it brings, heating. No, gas would be heating. It could bring all these other things into. So, like I'm saying, correlation is not necessarily causation, but it seemed pretty considering that we are electrical units ourselves, it would seem a fair causation.
Yeah, our brains, right? Our brains, electrical impulses.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, think about all that electricity. Like you said, it's got to do some type of interference with. I mean, it's got to have some effect.
Yeah, Headrock says the people in rural areas were not exposed to heavy pollution either. Pollution population. I look tired. I just got up, man. Urban people have more cancer than rural. Urban people watch YouTube more. So YouTube. No, like I said, and I'll just say it one more time. Correlation does not equal causation, but it's not something. I don't blindly ignore things, but I'm not saying this is a for certain. like, dude, I run electricity all day, all night. I don't think this is giving me brain cancer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that the development of the electrical grid in major cities correlated to the growth of cancer in developed countries. So not necessarily causal, but something about it correlated. That's all I'm saying. James Hudnall speaks of the Bathgate testimony before Minnesota House Energy Committee 21318. What? Is that the same James Hudnall? Elijah, stop making stupid faces on my YouTube. What the heck? Why are you doing that?
My nose is itchy.
It's a cute theory. I'll give you that. Sorry, I meant Matt Cousin. Well, this is Cousin with 2 S's.
What was that?
All right, so Matt, if you were to give your personal pitch for Agenda as the artist, what would it be? Darn it, I have been locked on me this whole time. We could be locked on you drawing.
What would I say? Let's see. Well, since I'm only on the first issue and there's a lot going on, the characters, there's a lot of meat in the story. The first issue introduces all the characters, kind of gives you a rundown of what their situation is, and still kind of mysterious in a way. Like right now, this page has Machine Queen in it, and but I can say it's a superhero comic, but it's going to be a little different since I'm not really a superhero artist per se.
How long have you been working on that particular page?
This page, I've been kind of working on a little bit, and we left it and went to work on another one, and then I came back. Sometimes, like for me, drawing like backgrounds is like not just drawing backgrounds; it's like I'm doing concept design at the same time you're drawing it, because I never designed any of the environments.
I just feel like that's the same page you were working on like 3 weeks ago.
No, it's a different one.
Okay,
I have.
She's just in a similar pose.
Well, she's got like, for instance, let's see, like this one. She's in the same type of lab, you know.
No. I just remember that pose in the upper right-hand corner. You drawing her in a similar pose.
Oh yeah, you came on. Corner. Yeah, you stepped into the room when I was doing inking this one. I think I was inking.
So it
this
is.
One right here.
It's the same one from like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, it was 3 weeks ago. It was a few days, maybe. Well, I think it might have been last week, but I wasn't working on this until.
Oh, dude, that
yesterday.
was more than a week ago. Dude, I was in Japan a week ago. What? It was a minimum 2 weeks ago.
I don't think so. Well, anyway, I didn't work on this page. I worked on some other pages, and then I came back to this one because I didn't want to have to design all this, and now I'm like, I gotta just sit down and do it.
I hear that.
So I kind of I did all the people and got that done, and then I was like, I gotta go back and do that last panel so I can finish that page.
That explains, because I was like, it's gonna take you a really long time to do this book.
Yeah, like stuff like this. Like I did all the people, and then I put this panel off because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do all that, and I'm like, so then I realized, I just gotta sit down and just do it. So it was funny doing that, though. I realized, you know what? I can just block off with silhouettes and draw less on the edges here. And then I drew this cloud coming down here of insects, covered up the background. I'm like, hey. It actually looks better than what I originally would have done if I would have just tried to draw all this detail and try to go crazy.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm the kind of guy, I just want to finish a page.
Oh, you stick to one and just till it's done, and you're like, boom.
Yeah. If I'm penciling and inking, if I was just inking, I'd be inking like 4 pages at a time, because I would ink and then put one off to the side to let the ink dry and then pick up another page.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Yeah, if you're doing using like a brush or a dip pen, I do the same thing. I've smeared it so many times because I'm like trying to hurry, and then I'm like, dang it. So like, yeah, that's doing the multiple pages at once is the best way, because you don't have to sit around and wait. Wait for that ink to dry. But yeah, it's coming along. I'm starting to like move it along here, though. I've got a bunch of pages finished, and like I said, it's not a superhero. It is a superhero book, but for me, my love is sci-fi, so it's probably gonna have more of that type of feel to it, and more of a manga type of feel to it too. So,
No, it looks great, man. I can't wait to see it.
thanks. And then my brother Mikey is coloring it. He's gonna make it look better. And it's funny when I draw too now, since I work with the colors closely. I live with the colors, my brother, so I can hear his critiques on, like, you know, if it's something's making it harder for him to color digitally. He's like, "Man, look what you're doing. What are you doing this? You should have." So like I try to use a little black space, so it's a little less coloring
Hey, he's the
chore.
color. Tell him to eat it. He's got to do his job.
Yeah. Yeah, siblings. It was funny. We used to get into it like when we first started working together, where we shared like a studio room, and then I like got kicked out for arguing with him. But it's funny looking back. I'm like, I was afraid of him coloring my work because I always did my own, and like I started working at comics, coloring my own stuff, and so it took a lot just to let someone else do it. I'm like, oh man,
Let it go. Let it go.
That's let it go. I don't want to sing that one.
Yeah. Well, we're at an hour and a half here, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. Do you want to give a final pitch for your book and your contact info? Let people know where to.
Yeah, if people can contact, they can check me out at YouTube. Thanks to Mike's advice, I got my YouTube channel going, where you can actually watch me live stream. I was doing that a little bit that tonight. Brandon's a little technical problem, but I'll be live streaming tomorrow. So YouTube, my name, Matt Cossin, MattCossin. It's also the same thing for Instagram. I post up on there regularly, and Twitter. I'm just getting back into Twitter now, so you can find me on Twitter as well. And yeah, check out. I got a contest going right now as well for Agenda, where if anybody posts the link to my Agenda Indiegogo and tags my name, then I will enter their name to enter for winning some free original artwork.
Yeah, that's nice.
So yeah, so just tag my name so I can see it, and I got a list going right now, and I'll drop the name in the hat.
Tag my name.
Yeah, tag the name. Don't forget. So
all right,
thanks for helping me do it.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. And I am, as you all know, Mike S. Miller. This is my channel, Blacklist Universe. To like, subscribe. Make sure that bell for notifications is still rung, because YouTube likes to unring it for some bizarre reason. I don't know what their agenda is, but it's annoying. We are in the last 46 hours of the Meg campaign, the Meg Pack campaign, the Meg SIXGUN Samurai, Deal with the Devil. Please go to themegcomic.com and check it out for yourself. We have a new, gosh, did I even talk about it? I did. I have created a cheaper support the troops tier. It was 120 before. I was not getting the kind of support for the troops that I was hoping for, so I have lowered it to $100. We're going to get as many comics as we can to the troops. Like I said, man, on the Lone Star one, we got 3,000 comics ordered for the USO to send to our troops overseas. And we have like 9 orders for the Meg one, which is like 400 pages worth of stuff. So it's driving me a little nuts that it's not getting the same kind of support that Lone Star did. So I dropped the price, made it available for this last 48 hours, 46 hours now. So if you love the troops and you want to get them some great comics, Christmas for the Troops, it's the featured tier. Please do go check it out. If you can't afford it, but you know somebody who would love to do this for the troops, then please let them know. It's like I say it all the time. I can't do this without you guys. You guys are the gas in the motor, man, or the hydroxy in the motor, the water in the water-driven car. You guys are the ones that make this happen. So you need to get out there and let people know on a personal basis, one-on-one, that this is something they should be supporting. So this agenda, everything on IndieGron, man, just please have them check it out and do your best. I will see you guys in the morning for another episode of Cross Examinations. Matt, you want to say anything else?
Just thanks for everyone for checking out the agenda in my YouTube, and thanks, Mike, for having me on, and for the great, interesting discussions. And I'm gonna actually look up some more of those videos.
Keeping it real, man. Keeping it real. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Good luck. God bless, and have a great night.
Hey, good night, everyone.